Dear students, I am Bharat Kashyap, lecturer biology at GSSS Majwar district Mandi. Today I am going to teach you ninth chapter of biology, biomolecules, and today's topics are dynamic state, metabolism, and living state of organisms. Let us begin today's topic with concept of metabolism. We know each cell contains thousands of organic compounds called biomolecules. These biomolecules are present in living organisms in various concentrations. These are not static, as biomolecules are constantly undergoing change. All the chemical reactions going on in a living system are collectively called metabolism. The rate at which biomolecules are formed or being utilized or transformed into other molecules is called turnover number. This occurs through various metabolic reactions, for example, in decarboxylation or removal of carbon dioxide from an amino acid, it changes it into an amine. By deamination or removal of amino group from a nitrogen base takes place. Hydrolysis of glycosidic bond occurs in a disaccharide, sugar, etc. Now, metabolic pathways. Majority of these metabolic reactions do not occur in isolation, but they take place in a series of linked reactions known as metabolic pathways. These pathways are similar to a automobile traffic in a city. These pathways are either linear or circular. These pathways crisscross each other, that is, they are like traffic junctions. Flow of metabolites through metabolic pathways has a definite rate and direction, like automobile traffic. This metabolic flow is called the dynamic state of body constituents. Another feature of these metabolic reactions is that every chemical reaction is a catalyzed reaction. That is, no uncatalyzed metabolic conversion is present in living systems. Even CO2 dissolving in water is a physical process, but in living systems it is a catalyzed reaction. The catalysts which increase the rate of a metabolic reaction are called proteins. These proteins with catalytic power are called enzymes. Now, metabolic basis for living. Metabolic pathways in living organisms are of two main types. First are anabolic pathways or anabolism. These are build-up reactions which involve orderly synthesis of complex substances from simple ones. For example, acetic acid becomes cholesterol, protein synthesis from amino acids, etc. Energy is required for each step of this synthesis. Second are catabolic pathways or catabolism. These pathways causes orderly breakage of complex substances into simpler ones. These are energy releasing processes. For example, in glycolysis, glucose is degraded to lactic acid in human skeleton muscles to release energy. This metabolic pathway from glucose to lactic acid occurs in 10 metabolic steps. The energy liberated is stored in formation of chemical bonds and a high energy molecule ATP is formed. This ATP can be hydrolyzed to release energy which is utilized in various biosynthetic, osmotic and mechanical work when needed. Now, adenosine triphosphate or ATP, it is the most important form of energy currency present in living systems, is the bond energy in a chemical compound called ATP. Let us understand the structure of ATP. This is adenine here. This is the nitrogen base. It is attached with the ribose sugar. The bond CNC. This bond is known as glycosidic bond. And now this ribose is attached with the phosphate. If it is attached with first or one phosphate group, it is called adenosine monophosphate. And this bond is known as ester bond. Now, when second phosphate is added, it becomes adenosine diphosphate. Similarly, very high energy is required for formation of ATP, that is addition of third phosphate group here. So, phosphate having two ester bonds on both sides is known as phosphodiester bond. Why ATP is called energy currency? ATP is energy currency of living systems because it is built up from ADP with a small gain of energy and is hydrolyzed to release the same amount of energy wherever it is required in the cell. Chemically, it is nucleotide formed from nucleoside, which consists of pentose sugar and nitrogen base linked by glycosidic bond, and phosphate groups, which are linked with sugar by ester bond. As there is one such ester bond on either side of a phosphate, it is called phosphodiester bond. In adenosine monophosphate, first phosphate is attached to ribose sugar. It carries 3.3 kilocalorie of energy per mole. In adenosine diphosphate, second phosphate is attached to ribose sugar. It carries 6.5 kilocalorie of energy, whereas in adenosine triphosphate, third phosphate is attached to ribose sugar. It carries 8.9 kilocalorie of energy per mole. Now, the living state is a steady state. The living organisms exist in a steady state characterized by concentration of each of the biomolecules. It is most important fact of biological systems. These metabolites are in a state of metabolic flux, which means passage of metabolite. Hence, the living systems are kept in a non-equilibrium state of metabolic flux, which enables them to perform work as living organisms. It has to work continuously and are unable to reach equilibrium. Therefore, metabolism is helpful in providing a mechanism which enables energy production. The metabolism and living state are synonymous and incomplete without each other. These include the formation of simpler substructures like breakage of complex structures into simpler ones, for example, conversion of glucose into lactic acids in skeleton muscles. These are energy releasing processes. With this, we come to close of today's lecture. Hope you must have understood it properly. Thanks for watching.